Yeah.
It's the
halo around.
It's the aurora.
We'll go ahead and call the public hearing to order. This is concerning the sewer rate study and rate approval. Do I have anyone that wants to step up and make a statement? If not, we'll go ahead and call this public hearing closed. And if you would join me, we'll open the, well, first we need to take care of a little piece of business with opening the meeting. We don't have our clerk treasurer here tonight, so I would entertain a motion to approve having Justin keep our minutes for us. Got a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mike and a second by Erica. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. And, okay, that was approved. So, you did the roll call?
One second, I wasn't prepared for that. Okay. Mark Williams.
Mark says.
Mark Sass. Mike Middlecamp.
Here.
Erica Velasquez.
Here.
J.J. Thompson.
He's absent.
Chris Aiken. Present.
Okay, we do have a quorum.
Jeremy Cobb. Here. Sorry.
We did have a quorum, so now if you would, join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, we thank you for this day that you've given us. We thank you for your presence. Lord, we pray that this meeting is conducted in a manner that brings you honor and glory. We pray for wisdom. Pray for a great meeting. Forgive us where we fail you. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
First item on the agenda is approval of tonight's agenda. Do I hear a motion to, I would entertain a motion to approve it with one amendment. And that is, we do currently have minutes that were provided this morning. So if you would, I would entertain a motion to include the minutes in the agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the amended agenda?
So
Got a motion by Jeremy. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Erica. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that passed. Next item is financial reports. We don't have city financials just yet, but we're getting closer. Do I hear a motion to table these at this time?
Actually, when will we have them?
As I said last month, I am hoping for June, July at the latest. I have talked to, we're preparing to have Landmark come in and take care of that piece of it as well.
Does that have to come to council for approval to get Landmark to look at it?
It doesn't at this point, and I've been in touch with them, and we should be we're trying to get them to access the center point. And if we can get that done by the end of the week, I have real expectation we could have financials by the June meeting.
We should have financials by the June meeting. I'm pretty adamant on that. We've waited long enough. If they can get it done, or at least if they cannot get it done, come to the meeting and report on the progress they have made.
I do expect them to come to the work session and discuss things.
We can discuss it and then we can report on the progress that they made in June, please.
Do I hear a motion to table these at this time?
Motion table.
Got a motion from Jeremy, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mike. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that passed. Financial reports for the, well, first I skipped the minutes. So do I hear approval of the minutes for February 3rd, March 10th, March the 24th, and April 28th? Do I hear a motion?
No, you say draft.
Do what?
This one says draft, but February says.
Two of them say draft, but that will be taken off of them when they're approved.
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and those pass. Next item is the financials for water and sewer. And we've got March and April. Do I hear a motion to approve both?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica, do I hear a second? Okay. We will go ahead and, those fell for lack of a second. Next item on the agenda is the department reports. Fire?
So I met with the mayor the first part of last week. They opened a SAFER grant and also an AFG grant. And the SAFER grant is for staffing. It's through FEMA. We discussed we're going to put in for 6 people, two more per shift. And how that works is if you receive the grant, they cover 75% of payroll for the first 2 years, and then 35% on the third year, and then the city takes the rest of it. So I got that checklist submitted into the grant writer, and also for an AFG grant, Assistant Firefighters Grant, we put in for about just under $195,000 for airplanes. So hopefully, if we do get it, we can replace for the remaining airbags next year.
How's the lawsuit?
No new word on that. So that's it.
The SAFER grant we've used before.
I've applied for it, but we failed.
Really?
So no,
Okay.
we've never received, since I've been chief, the AFG grant or the SAFER grant. So I got them to the grant writer. I worked on all last week to do the checklist. And I'll get with her after she reviews the checklist and start doing the narrative portion.
Now is that just for new employees or current?
New employees. Yeah, so that would bring our staffing levels up 4 per shift, which with the Pafford ambulance, we couldn't staff any more than that anyway. If we have 6 bedrooms, it back to the 6 with the Pafford crews. Nothing new on the building. We're going to be starting doing commercial building inspections next month. Other than that, that's about it. Any questions? No? Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is police department report.
You guys have the stats in front of you, unless there's any other questions. We've been just business as usual. I still have one guy recovering still. Matter of fact, it was 6 months ago today was when he had surgery, so it's a slow process. Hopefully get him back in the next couple of months, I'm hoping. And then we're going to be losing an officer in July. His spouse is taking a job in another city, that's another state, and so he's going to have to move. He absolutely doesn't want to leave, but he's going to. So we're going to start preparing for that. But other than that, it's business as usual. We did get the cameras all installed in the cars. They're up and running. They're working great. The body cams that came with it are working. We couldn't ask for anything better. It's truly amazing what those body cams can do. And you're like, it's just a camera. Well, it's much more than that. It takes the information it receives on that camera, and it can AI generate a report based on what it sees and what it hears. Also, it has a built-in translation device, so if we encounter someone that speaks a different language than we do, we can communicate with them up to, I think, like 100 different languages. And we've tried that out a few times, and it's actually really neat. And then, of course, with that, we got tasers as well. And so we've got those all issued out. It's all one company, Axon, that makes it all. So all these pieces of equipment talk to each other. So if by chance the officer didn't have his body cam on, as soon as he fires that taser, the body cam automatically kicks on and jumps back 30 seconds in time with audio. So it's constantly recording it, just earmarks it when you hit the button. So it jumps back 30 seconds so we can see what transpired to cause that officer, if by chance they didn't have their body camera on. So, and then if you deploy one taser within about a 300 feet radius, any body cams in that 300 radius will automatically turn on as well. So it is very neat, and I think it's going to be beneficial for us as well as the public, being able to get the video off these things. So I'm very impressed with that.
I was looking here and it says unwanted person.
Unwanted?
Yeah.
Well, I
Trespass and unwanted.
I'm pretty sure that probably meant wanted. Maybe we need AI to generate our monthly reports. But unless you guys got any questions.
Anything else? Thank you. Next item is May Planning Commission report.
Good evening. Planning Commission met last Monday. Had a few items on the agenda. One was the Ford Meadows rezoning. So this was the work session. No business took place, but these were the applicants that are looking at rezoning the 77 acres down on Ford Lane. They, came to the last city council work session, kind of get some presentation in front of y'all of what they were proposing. Kind of the process they worked through with the Planning Commission to see where they were at. We have a site plan review for the Summerlin Village project, which is the rezoning that we have.
I'm so sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you one question about this Ford Meadows to make sure I understand correctly?
Yes, ma'am.
This one that they're currently looking at, 2 homes per 2.07 acres, is that correct?
It was a little over 2 homes per acre. It was like 2.1 or 2.2 or something like that.
2. Okay. I thought I heard something in that. 2.2.
Oh, it may be.
I thought it was 2 homes per 2.07 acres.
It was something like, I'm gonna round up to 2.1, but they were looking at a bill of assurance is one of the things they talked about at the Planning Commission meeting.
Okay, so those are big lots.
And that would be something that I think they've talk with Justin as far as, how that works, where they would essentially have a maximum number of buildable lots, I think is how they tried to word it.
Okay, so not necessarily based on acreage, but maximum lots.
It's not based on acreage because they're gonna have multiple different size lots. They're not gonna be uniform.
Okay.
And they don't wanna do multiple spot zonings and try and figure out the legal descriptions for that. Beforehand, it'd be a nightmare without engineering having gone all the way through. And then they're also gonna have, multiple lots that are not residential home buildable lots. There's gonna be amenity lots, there's gonna be drainage lots, there's gonna be the lift station lots and things like that. So they were wanting to put a cap on residential or buildable home lots is what they were going to, what I believe Justin.
I was listening because I couldn't make the last meeting, so I did listen to it. That's a question I had. Thank you.
And that's, I've not got to speak with Justin specifically about that, and there's still a planning meeting to go through, so there's some things.
No,
that we're
that's
still
fine.
working on.
I was just trying to get an idea, since it is quite a large area, and it would be quite a few homes, but then again, it's 77 acres. So
Yes.
it's not a large area. Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, are you done?
Yes.
This here, it says May 26th planning work session. So this is notes from there, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're being asked to vote on this tonight, but, I believe, and
Sorry, that's not from the May 26th planning work session. I just doubled that date on y'all's. That's from last week's work session. It wasn't the 26th.
that's what I mean.
And y'all aren't voting on the Ford
It's-
Meadows thing.
It wasn't presented to us 2 weeks ago.
And it's-
Yes, Ford Meadows was.
Well, this says they have a layout zoning option that the commission feels comfortable with, that they would like to get feedback from the city council.
Yes, that's what they did when they came to y'all 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it makes it look like,
No, like I said, I messed the date up whenever I went down. This is from last week's,
Monday?
yes, planning work session.
okay.
But that's not on tonight's.
But it's not on tonight's agenda. No, sir. No. The only thing on y'all's agenda is the Summerlin Village.
My bad.
No,
That's right, Summerlin Village.
no.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. So, Summerlin Village, we're still working on their site plan review. We just got the most recent engineering review back to them today. I haven't got to fully go over it. There was a lot of work on it. A lot of the comments were cleaned up. So, don't envision there's going to be major issues with that going forward to the next meeting. And then we have the subdivision, the Foxwood Estates. This was the 579 Ford Lane that came through for rezoning approximately 4 months ago. They're the old chicken house property on the west side of Ford, and they've submitted designs for that. It's gone through one round of reviews from staff and engineering level, and we had it at the planning commission the first time last week. So, and then the only other item is just tonight's action items for y'all, which is the rezoning for Summerlin Village that we discussed 2 weeks ago, and that y'all previously worked on. I think everyone is fairly familiar with it.
On the Foxwood Estates, are you making sure on the city side that they're going to have, when it comes time for the drainage, this spreader that they were talking about to lessen the flow? Perfect.
I thought I read somewhere where there were not any drainage ponds for this, or ponds to hold water.
For the one you're looking at tonight,
Summerlin, yeah.
no, they have a large one on the very front of the property, adjacent to
So
264.
there's no retention pond?
No, there is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have a large retention pond that ate up quite a bit of the space of the site.
I was reading something somewhere I thought was that.
They lost a commercial building site with the lift station and stuff like that. Maybe that's what you're thinking of. Because they originally, with the original plans, have,
Retention pond down on the east side.
it's kind of in the middle. Yeah, it's kind of closer to the corner, and they have a large retention pond. Kind of the commercial goes in an L shape along the corner,
Right.
and then there's a pond and then they have like the residential side.
Okay.
going that way.
Thanks.
Yeah. Y'all are good. If you have any questions later, we'll go over some of the village stuff. Again.
Anything else? Thank you. Next is April Water and Sewer Department.
Hello. So I'll go over staffing first. As of today, we are fully staffed. We had a guy start today. Now that said, with the MS4 and floodplain administrator job position coming online, we're actually internally transferring someone to that department. That's coming out of water and sewer. So right now we're getting him MS4 training, construction site inspection training, and the floodplain administrator training. And we expect him to switch over to that role in June is what we're aiming for.
And then you would be hiring?
Yes, and so we'd be missing someone in water and sewer. I've already interviewed a few people for his position, but haven't made any decisions yet. Yep. So the water loss report, I kind of want to take a minute just to go over that with you guys and make sure that we're all on the same page as far as strategy goes, what we're doing, what we've done in the past, and go over how this report is laid out. So you can see we dropped from 64 to 58%. We sold about 1 million gallons more, bought about 1 million gallons less, and lost about 3 million gallons less. So we're making progress, but with the amount of leaks that you see in those bottom two columns, you would expect to see more of a decrease. If you look at the bottom right on the leaks detected column, those are the leaks that have been detected since last council meeting. So April 27th to current day, there are 25 there that we found and fixed since April 27th. The leaks fixed column on the bottom left is the leaks that we found and fixed from the March council meeting to the April council meeting. So total in the past 2 months, we have fixed 51 leaks. I told you all that we started doing an in-house leak detection program early to mid-March. Since we've done that, we have found 64 leaks, none of which were coming to the surface, so we wouldn't have known they were there other than listening for them. And it's a time-consuming process. We have to go to every house and listen to each meter set. Of those 64 leaks that we found, we fixed 55 of them, and so we still have 9 left on our schedule to fix. I say all this to say the April 2026 water loss numbers, the 58%, is actually lagging behind these columns down here. So that April 2026 number is from March 15th to April 15th. So all of the leaks in the leaks detected column have not been accounted for in that water loss number, and about half of the leaks in the leaks fixed column has been accounted for, or has not been accounted for. So we expect over the May and June numbers, as those come in, we expect to see a significant reduction in water loss. Now, if we don't, this is not me making a preemptive excuse, but one of 2 options could be happening. And I've gone over this before, but we could have a main joint that is leaking somewhere, and the amount of water that leaks out of any given leak is directly proportionate to the pressure on that line. So the higher the pressure, the more that leak is going to leak. So by fixing all these leaks, we could potentially make existing leaks leak more. The other option is if we fix a line and the service line one over is weak, ready to go, by increasing the pressure, by fixing that line, we could cause another leak by our repairs. So I say all that to say, we expect and we hope that the water loss is going to go down from all these that we fixed, but if it doesn't, that's probably what we're looking at. So, any questions on that part?
So it's possible if we increase the fixed leaks and increase pressure, it could cause a leak in a line that doesn't have a leak in it now.
So when we fix leaks, it causes an increase in pressure.
Right.
With that increase, we could potentially it goes to the next weakest point and causes a leak.
So if that service line is good, there would be no leak that if that service line is weak with a minor crack, you could.
Potentially, yeah.
So the best option would be to replace all the lines with something that can handle the pressure.
Or reduce the pressure, which is one of the recommendations by the engineers, is to install pressure reducing valves at the master meters and get the overall pressure on the system to drop to about 38 psi.
Would that have a significant impact on current homes pressures? Or is that just the pressures in the system? Would that affect residents' current pressures beyond what might already be affected?
Yeah, so per plumbing code, right now, each house is required to have a pressure reducing valve, a residential pressure reducing valve, set at about 70 is what I think they're preset to. So as long as the city's pressure is above 70, they're going to receive the same pressure at their
So it
house.
really shouldn't affect if their current home valve
Is
functioning.
operating.
Perfect,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So at what point does the money spent on fixing the leaks at what point does the cost of replacing lines come in cheaper than the water leaks? We're continually repairing the water leaks over and over and over and over.
We're not patching, we're replacing lines.
When there's a leaky service line, we replace it. We don't just
So
patch it.
we're replacing the whole
Yes.
line.
Yeah. Because there was a few lines that we ran into where we went to repair it or replace it, and it had 7 repairs on it. Like we would repair it, and this was before I got here, but they would repair it, and then it would pop up 2 feet over it, and then they would repair that. And so we just decided we're just going to replace these lines when we find a leak on
Thank you.
them. Real quick, open work orders. We have around 20. Like I said, 9 of those are service line replacements. So, any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Next item is engineer's report.
Talking about the real, on the water and sewer, as you know, the bond swap should take place on June 4th. We voted that at the last council meeting, so that wraps everything up associated with the NACA line. The wastewater treatment plants and pump stations, so down at the golf course. We submitted a closure plan several months ago for that to DEQ. And we finally received comments, I guess on Thursday after nudging them and trying to get it closed out. And we're answering those comments or questions that they had on the closure plan, and we should have that wrapped up this week. And hopefully get a final approval from DEQ there. The water surface area expansion, we received comments back from NRD, and they're ready to schedule a hearing, if you will, or public work session on that. We'll have to notify all of our the water services within a certain distance, about 5-mile radius of Cave Springs, and we'll get that set and move forward. And then lastly, the water master plan study that you all have adopted and been approved by the health department. We're finalizing an amendment to that, doing some pressure monitoring within the city. We've got 4 pressure monitors that have been out. We've relocated those to another location, and we should be next week. And we have all the data available for us to move forward with looking at how we can reduce the pressures within the city and help with those leaks that we talked about. Engineering side, traffic signal, I think we're waiting one item from the contractor now. They've got the bottom tether mounts for lights. It's been on order for a while, so it's just a cable that's going to tether the bottom of the lights and keep them swinging in high winds. That should wrap up the punch list from RDOT on that project. The sidewalk project on West Wallace Road, that has started construction. And then a couple of drainage items that we we will sit down with the mayor and the wheel. First project I want to visit about, we talked about the homeowner on Brown Road. Specifically, I thought I had their address 402 Brown Road. And the mayor had asked us to break some items out in a more phased approach. And so the current amounts for recommendations at this time range from $42,000, an additional $66,000. $42,000 item is removing the driveway and putting a different type of driveway that has a rolled curb that allows the water to stay in the street and continue to flow past the driveway rather than to the driveway down into the driveway into the home. But it's more than just installing an apron or sidewalk, because it's got a slope down, so you have to tear out closer to the house. You got to chase the slope to make sure you can go up and then back down. So we'll be going over that more with Will and the mayor on those calls, and we'll be bringing those back to you all to see if you want to move forward with anything there.
I have a question about that. So you're looking at 42,000 to 66,000 to impact one resident, and that's dealing with their driveway. Isn't that, Justin, a conflict of interest for the city, using city funds on private property?
I'm not familiar with the project. I'd have to talk to Daniel some more about it. Sure. Yeah, that's good. Get a general answer.
What we typically do in a situation like that, yes, you are correct. You can't spend public money on private property, but we could get an easement, temporary construction easement to make an adjustment in a short time frame. That's customary in any type of road project that you do.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking of is I know multiple residents affected by lots and lots of water. So I, as a council member, to spend that much to benefit one resident, unless it's proven that there's more affected, I'm having a hard time with that in itself, because I do not believe that's the best use of city funds. There used to be more people affected by drainage on the council. I am personally affected by drainage as well, but if we're dealing with a private driveway of a homeowner that purchased their property, I don't think it's in the best interest of the city to pay $42,000 to $66,000 of city funds to benefit one resident that decided to purchase that house. Just my opinion, but unless there can be proven it helps people downstream into a better capacity.
Yes, this is, and keep in mind, this will not prevent major rainfall events from still overtopping the driveway. You still have that threat. It was going to help with the smaller rainfall events that we normally see.
And we haven't heard about anything from a smaller rainfall event. So that I haven't here. All I've heard is the major ones.
Yes, they've made some comments that typically a lot of the smaller rainfall events still they have issues with as well going in that area.
Okay. Well, those are just my thoughts, because there's a lot of residents that have a lot of drainage issues. So maybe those funds could be dispersed a little differently. Maybe we could use the 10,000 here, and spread the wealth. I'm just having a hard time with those numbers right now. That's just where I sit as a council member, based on the best interest of the city.
There's another area on Bright Street where it's newly paved, starting the city shop, going back to the north. We will get an estimate for. We'll be getting with the mayor on that as well. For curbing, it's about 680 feet of curbing. We'll do a small grass swale. It's about $75,000. We can talk through it. There's no imminent threats to the homes there. It just helps with washing out the ditch along the side of the roadway. And then lastly, we're updating a cost estimate for the low water crossing there at Bright Street. Adam, Arkansas Department of Emergency Management, the mayor had sent me, they wanted to know if we wanted to reapply for a grant to put in the box culvert there, and we're updating those numbers right now and getting ready to send that back as well. Or back to you, Mayor, so we can get that turned back to them. So. But that's where we stand at the moment. A few of the things we'll be pulling together and be presenting along. We'll be happy to submit these and exhibit and cost estimate and go with the work session if you like as well. So.
Is there a way for that one property to look at a lesser to help ease with the small rain events that isn't such a drastic cost? Because is this the cost to fix the small events, the 42 to 66?
We've applied, yes, and it's actually 44 plus 66 if you want to do some additional drainage along the streets and main grates right in front of the driveway. We've applied estimates on what we customarily see for sidewalk installation, driveway installation. Those typically come at a higher price. Sometimes we may be able to get a smaller contractor to do it. It's not bonded to bid on municipal type projects. But that's what we normally see in this area. So what we base the prices on.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you. The attorney's report.
Thank you. I had a couple of items that I think Daniel covered, so I won't go over those again. Obviously, we have a number of things on the agenda tonight. But in addition to that, I'll give a little bit of an update on the Facebook page we talked about at the last meeting. I did reach out to Ms. Roselle, the attorney, and regarding about the desire to return the city's Facebook page. So far, we've had a back and forth. Last kind of back and forth occurred, I think, on Friday, and then I responded today. I'll probably have more of an update for you on the work session. Essentially, what the issue is, obviously, what one of the issues is. There's a contention, of course, by us that it was set up to be the city's Facebook page, and was set up with the city Facebook address. It hosted and was used for city content and to host video recordings of various city meetings, all that sort of stuff, which shows that it certainly seems like there's a city purpose, but there's a statute that's pretty clear that authority and management of property, whether it's real or personal property, is with the city council. So that's why when the city's going to buy property or sell property, those items come before you all, because that's part of the statutory authority of the city. So that's been my position, is that this is a city council decision, not a decision that's made by elected official or by an employee or by me. It's made by the city council. So that is, one other item, there was an ethics complaint that was filed regarding I guess the way the Facebook page left kind of city control and being used privately. That complaint was dismissed for a lack of jurisdiction. And that doesn't mean that lack of jurisdiction means that ethics commission said they didn't have power to hear that particular claim. I don't know what the jurisdictional reason is, but when there's a scope of authority that the commission has for types of claims to look at, and they either felt that it didn't fall within that scope of authority. The other option would have been they dismissed it because there's ongoing litigation in federal court regarding not really that issue, but on other issues, and that may be why it was dismissed on jurisdictional grounds. I'm not entirely sure. I just read the opinion the other day, last week. So anyway, that's the Facebook page. I think I'll have more for you on the work session. But ultimately, I think it's going to be your decision on what you want to do, because I think it is a city asset, or at least was a city asset. I can't remember if I had something else. Mayor, did I have something else I was going to cover tonight? I think that was pretty much it. Oh, there was a question about the fire. You had a question about the fire station location. Yeah, that is in discovery. Last week, got a couple emails. I haven't gotten to the chief yet about this, but there's a couple subs who are wanting to get out of the litigation. The subs were brought in by the general contractor. They were sued by the general contractor. And so they've reached out, and there may be a meeting on site to look at the very specific problems pertaining to what those subs are, making sure that the work's been completed and then so they get released from litigation. So a lot of that is still kind of going on. It's in discovery phase, and that's what it's going to happen. There are a lot of parties. There are a whole lot of parties to this, and that the general contractor brought on. So it's a little it's challenging to deal with so many parties. But getting making for the city, making sure that those punch list items are kind of taken care of one by one. Obviously, it's something we want to have happen. We didn't bring the subs in, but the other side did. They brought the subs in litigation. Any questions for me? Thank you.
Thank you. And the clerk treasurer's not here for her report. And mine's kind of a non-formal type report. I did want to point out we have recently received what's usually our biggest property tax payment of the year. And it was almost double what our taxes were for the first year, 7 years ago when I became mayor. We are currently within $100,000 of what we did the entire year last year. It's $595 so far this year. And I expect that to be in the neighborhood of $750,000 to $800,000 by the end of the year at the rate we're going. A lot of that is because of growth, houses being built, businesses, things that are actually coming online, and part of it is because of the land swap. But we are currently the second lowest property tax rate in Benton County as cities go, at 2.56 mils, which is down 0.19 mils from 7 years ago when we started at 2.75 mils. So it's down almost 7%, and it's our revenue has continued to grow with the growth of the city. The property or the sales tax, the 1 cent sales tax that we operate on, it's doing likewise due to the growth in business here. It was about 120,000 ahead of last year. And last year, our end of year was 2.8 million, so I'm expecting us to be a little over 3 million in collections this year. It's not what I proposed. I was a little more conservative with it than that, but that's the way it's trending. So that's kind of my report at this time. Next item is public comments. Do we have anyone that wants to speak?
My name is Peter Smith. Live over in the Brentwood neighborhood. As Erica mentioned earlier, there are numerous residents that are affected by significant drainage issues, not just single homes that are having to deal with those single issues on their own. I am one of those residents, but the drainage issue that I'm requesting being addressed affects at least 3 homes, at most 5 homes, with water crossing over from other cities over 264, over Burdine, and into our backyards. This issue has been ongoing since we've lived in that house, which was 2020, and the previous homeowners before us also had these same issues. So at least 7 or 8 plus years of dealing with the same drainage problems. every year we've had at least one, if not multiple occurrences of dangerous water flowing through our backyards and into our neighbors' backyards. We're constantly dealing with damaged fences, repair costs, because we cannot get flood insurance in this area. We're not in a floodplain, we cannot get flood insurance. Even if we could get flood insurance, it would be more than we could afford. Landscaping, constantly having to be redone. We're unable to build any outdoor spaces, pergolas, seating areas, fire pits, things like that. We can't do that because there's always a threat that water will eventually come through and wash it out. So I'm at the point now where honestly I don't know what to do next. I've been coming to city council meetings. I've been asking for help. I've had my neighbors come constantly asking for help. We don't know what to do. At this point, do we go ahead and say, you know what, screw it, we're going to build our pergola that we want. And then when that floodwater does come through and wash it out, when that floodwater does come through and rips off a fence and we have to put another new fence section in, do we just need to bring the invoice to City Hall? Do we need to bring it to the city council meetings and say, okay, here's how much it's going to cost? Because every single year we are constantly having to pay to redo things in our backyard. Our neighbors are having to do the same thing. This should not have happened in the first place, and yet water is coming over from other cities. Water is crossing over, state highways. Water is pouring into our backyards, causing this kind of damage. My option, in my opinion, is either I start bringing invoices to City Hall, or I start to talk to my realtor and think about moving away from a great city like Cave Springs. So I know on the agenda there's topics to talk about drainage again after this. So I want to stay and listen in, but at this point, I need to know what to do. Do I need to bring invoices in, or do I need to contact my realtor? Because 6 years is 6 years too many. So that's all I have to say. I'd be happy to talk more privately or more here, or answer questions about what's going on. I'd be happy to bring more neighbors in if I need to, but we need to know. Do I need to move, or do I need to bring in invoices? Because nothing has been done for 6 years. So I'll sit back and listen. Like I said, I'm eager to hear what we have on the drainage report at the end of the agenda, but I don't know what else to do. So, any questions from anyone?
I don't know what to say. I'm at a loss. I've seen it because Erica lives down in probably one of her houses is one of them.
Yes. Maybe 1,500 of its victims.
But I don't know.
And I know there's plans down the line for RDOT to put the roundabout in and potentially shape that hill and do all that stuff, but at the last council meeting, what was said was there's no budget for it. The RDOT has not budgeted for that project. So it's apparently coming maybe in a couple of years, who knows, if at all. But until then, again, we just wait for the flood waters to come through, pull down part of our fence, and pull out our landscaping. This last year, we had water start coming into the house. And without flood insurance, I can't do anything. I just have to deal with it, suck it up, and pay whatever it costs to get it fixed.
I think we've talked about it.
It's low. It's low.
It's okay, well,
Yeah, we've talked to them.
and what do we do?
Basically, that nothing was gonna be done because nothing was changing out there.
Basically, what we heard was from Lowell, from Rogers, from anybody else is not our city, not our problem. That's how I've interpreted it.
That's where the water's coming from, is my understanding.
It's
It comes across the highway.
from what I've seen physically with pictures is it comes over 264 from Rogers, over 264 into Lowell, and then from Lowell in that big field on the corner of Burdine to 264, it crosses over Burdine into Cave Springs, into our backyards, does all its damage, and then crosses back over Burdine into Lowell. And I mean, if the homeowners need to get together and start putting up concrete barriers and do our own ditching and everything to redirect the water back into Lowell, I mean, is that our next step? Is that what we need to do? Because I would much rather invest in that than having to reinvest in putting in another fence and another fence and another fence over and over again. But
Maybe as a council, we can hit on Brentwood again, talk about it again under the drainage.
Yes, we brought forth several options, some time ago. We can bring those back at the work session.
Well, I mean, just touch on those options again on the agenda when we talk about drainage. Can you talk about Brentwood again?
Yes.
Okay. Isn't that gives us a discussion up here?
so, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anyone else? If not, we'll go ahead and start with the first item on the agenda for approval is a resolution. Oh, yeah, that's my follow-up is for drainage, but that drainage follow-up was just addressed by our engineer.
Well, I just asked him to please hit on Brentwood, and then I do see a Fairway Valley resident here too. So if you could say something about that as well, that'd be nice.
Yes. What we've talked about just a few minutes ago, the flooding that has happened several times, so that affected 3 to 5 homes that we just heard about. We've looked at different options there. One of those options was a retention pond on the east side of Burdine as a way to try to redirect some water into that area. Have to purchase the property, have a retention pond in. The other part, I believe, was updating Burdine Road. Of course, that is in Lowell. Let's keep that in mind. There'll have to be a partnership there. And I can't remember the cost associated with it, but I would be happy to bring those back and kind of revisit that at the next work session.
I remember the purchase of the land at that time would be Cave Springs purchasing land in another town, Lowell, and I believe with your engineering costs at that time, it was 1.2 million.
It was 7 figures.
It was what?
It was 7 figures.
Yes.
Yes.
So, and as a council at that time, I think we did a $10,000 fix and tried to do the box top, but the box top on specifically Peter's property cannot keep up with the amount of water coming through. So, is there a way to look? Do you think there's any other way? Could you take another look?
Yes, we can. Like I said, you got to be careful because if you raise Burdine, let's say we work something out in the city of Lowell, you raise that, then you're creating a dam as well. So you've got to be able to capture any of the water that's coming from the subdivision and get it back into a drainage system of some sort. So there's a pretty large cost associated with that as well. But we can bring that back and have those discussions.
What about RDOT and that project that we got actually from McClellan that came from Lowell?
Yes, we are actually working with them right now in the very early stages of I would call it a 30% probably design, try to identify what the cost would be to make roadway upgrades. But they're very well aware of the challenges with stormwater, which the goal would be to try to capture that stormwater on the north side of 264, convey it back to the east end of the low area so it can get out that direction. Again, that project is not funded through RDOT. This is the first step, identifying the project, presenting that to RDOT to try to get it on their long-term STIP or capital plan that they have. It will likely not be 100% funded. It will likely be require some additional funding from the city of Lowell or a partnership with Lowell Cave Springs. And that's however that would work. But again, that's not a small project either. And I'm not trying to put down the drainage issues, but the drainage would be secondary to the roadway, but they know the drainage is an issue and we'll try to incorporate it in the roadway.
So that project is in the infant stages of 30%.
That is correct. That's just identifying, trying to understand what a solution would be and what a cost would be, so it could be, so we could start planning fiscally for it.
So do you think that would be, could you just give us updates on that, the percentage? moving forward, how that project is coming along? with the
I can,
drainage?
it will be a longer term project, I can
That's
tell
fine.
you that,
Or just no change or
Yep.
something like that?
I can do that.
What if a retaining wall was built along there?
If you, just remember that if you build a retaining wall to prevent water from getting into the area, then you're also gonna prevent water from getting out back to the natural drainage way to the east too. We would have to figure out a way to make sure that that would work. You're creating a dam, so if you prevent water from going in and back out, everything that falls in that subdivision can't get out.
I've been there. So the road kind of dips down, but if you put it along there, the water can't get in. It goes on down to Burbine,
That's correct.
so.
But if
Did
you
he
can't,
deal with flooding down farther on Burbine?
That's right, and again, be careful when we're looking at drainage issues, because if you relocate an issue, we can just push it downstream. That's why the costs continue to escalate.
This is a result of the contractor not doing what he was supposed to do, is that correct? Or am I missing?
I have to go back and look, but what I would say is, it would be better if part of that subdivision would have been built up where those lots are in that area to prevent water from entering in from the east, going through the subdivision and going back to the west, or entering from the east, going back to the east. That is one of the items that we have made a change in now, that we look at every subdivision that comes in, and we're making sure that any water that naturally goes through a subdivision, from one point it goes through it, has to be large enough to convey the large rainfall event, so it will not damage any other structures. Not only that, we're making sure that when they come in, that's one of the things we'll talk about earlier, adding another position and understanding the construction side of it. When they're building the homes, that we're going out there to ensure that it actually is not being built right in the middle of a natural drainage way, it's high enough. Just trying to protect people from themselves at times, I guess it would be the best way to say it.
Thank you.
thank you.
One more, Justin, could you speak on Fairway Valley?
Yes. So, because I'm working on a demo, on that I'm gonna plan to have ready for you all at the work session.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
I meant to add that to my, report.
Anything else? Okay, the first item on tonight's agenda for approval is a resolution approving and adopting an updated personnel handbook. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Mayor, I'm sorry, I don't have the resolution numbers in. Does anybody have last, while we're looking, before we get started, does anybody have the last resolution number and the ordinance, last ordinance?
I didn't bring it.
April minutes. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for that, so I need to look to make sure. Looks like the last one may have been
April 26th.
ordinance 06, maybe, and then resolution 15. Does that sound right? I'm looking at the page.
Resolution 15, I have a resolution, or ordinance 6, let me see. I'll take that. That appears to be correct.
Okay.
So that we've had an ordinance,
Ordinance.
ordinance 06, so this would be, next ordinance would be ordinance 07. We had a resolution 15, so the next one would be 16. If I took my resolution.
Thank you. Okay, Mayor, sorry about that. I'll make sure we
No,
have that
that's
straight here again.
Right, that's fine. So, resolution number 16, and that is for the approving and adopting the updated personnel handbook. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Erica, is there any discussion?
I listened to the meeting and I think Susan did a great job at answering all the questions I had talked to her beforehand.
Okay, anyone else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that did pass. Next item is a resolution to appoint City Council Member Jeremy Cobb to the Water and Sewer Committee. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike, do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a second by Chris. Any discussion?
I don't know, I haven't think about it.
If you want to think about it, you can do it.
No, you're fine.
All in favor say yes.
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 I vote.
You can't.
He can vote, can he?
It's a little awkward sometimes.
Okay,
So if you
I got two yeses, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, Chris is a yes, and then I'll vote in the affirmative, and that is approved.
I voted yes.
So that was 17.
Thanks for your faith.
Next item is resolution to waive competitive bidding and authorize purchase of 4 stock packs for the air packs for the fire department. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Jeremy. Do I hear a second?
A second.
Second by Chris. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that passed. It's item 18. Next item on the agenda is resolution to authorize the mayor to execute a contract with McClellan for a engineering study for the impact fees for streets, police, and fire. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Any discussion?
Yes. This is, just for public record, this is, so the homes going up, the impact of those homes going up, this would, you would study all of that, and you would assess each home with impact fee upon being built, correct?
Well, we're actually studying police and fire, their capital purchases over a time frame, in addition to looking at your master street plan and evaluating those improvements needed over time frame, coming up with total cost. Then there's some financial guidance that we'll have to run through to determine what the range of impact fees that you could have. Then, any future homes that are being built, they would be assessed that impact fee.
Okay, and then do you have an approximate completion date on this?
I do not, but we'll jump on it immediately. I would say no more than 6 months.
Okay,
It will take.
thank you.
Any other discussion, question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that one passed. That's number 19. Next is a resolution to authorize First Security Bank to change the name and purpose of the ANRC account to be an ADFA account, and what that amounts to is we've completed the construction of the sewer line to NACA, and this would be the payment account. So rather than close one and open another, we will just change the purpose of it, so the payments will be made through there now. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
A motion by Jeremy. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Got a motion by Jeremy, second by Erica. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign, and that's passes. Next item is a resolution to authorize the mayor to open a bank account designated for depreciation. I'm gonna ask, I just got off the phone right before the meeting with the bond council. That is unnecessary due to the account we approved the other day through the Act 925. So I'm not going to bring that tonight. Next item is an ordinance to amend code section 519 for the monthly rates charged on the sewer rates. Do I hear a motion to approve, or no, suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading by title only?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Can you do the roll call? Yes.
Yes. Hold on a second. Erica.
Yes.
Jeremy. Yes. Mike.
Yes.
Chris.
Yes.
Passes 4-0.
Okay, that passed, and, can you read the title?
Ordinance number 2026-06, City of Cave Springs, Benton County, in Arkansas, an ordinance to amend code section 51.19 monthly rates and charges A and C of the Cave Springs Municipal Code regarding changes to sewer rates and charges, declaring an emergency and for other purposes.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Chris, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy.
Mayor,
Any discussion?
did I say 06? I think I meant to probably say 07.
Okay,
I think the ordinance number is 07, not 06.
okay.
Yeah, ordinance 2026-07.
I have a question. In section 3, RV parks, any customer operating a recreational vehicle park or RV park, has for sanitary sewer meter, owned and maintained by the city.
Yes. All meters are owned and maintained by the city. That gives us the ability to go in and do repairs if it quits working. It gives us the ability to access and ensure that it is maintained and continues to work. That's meters at people's houses.
The links,
The what?
one down here by the creek.
That's what this is.
Mike, this section
By the
here,
RV park.
yeah, this section here was in the, is in the prior code as well, but it referred to the living unit equivalent, what would you call it? Just LEU. The LEU, that's going away with this metered building. So that's why this is in section 3, because that referred to, the flat rate when we needed to go to a meter rate. So
I
that's
thought they were gonna operate their own septic system.
They're on the sewer.
They're on the sewer now.
Yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Erica?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes. Okay, that was approved. Does this have a emergency clause?
Yes. It does, in order to go into effect with the next billing cycle.
Okay, and that's what this states, is that it will go into effect on the next full billing cycle. So in your July bill would include these rates. So do we need, with that being the case, do we need to enact the emergency clause? Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the emergency clause?
So moved.
Got a motion by Jeremy, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mike, roll call.
Chris?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
Okay. Next item is the ordinance to amend the monthly water rates. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Mike. Roll call.
Chris?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
The title?
Thanks once. Ordinance number 2026-08, City of Cave Springs, Benton County, Arkansas. Ordinance to amend code section 50.03E, monthly water rates of the City of Cave Springs Municipal Code, declaring an emergency for other purposes.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, Like, can you state when the last water rate increase was, just for the record?
The last increase was 10 years ago. The last adjustment was 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a decrease.
So we haven't had a water rate increase in 10 years, and the city has basically been, for the what, from my understanding, the last 3 years subsidizing water bills, basically. Okay. Hence the rate for the reason for the increase.
I talked to the mayor about a flyer concerning these two ordinances be put in with the water bill.
Yes.
And we're gonna do that this month. It hasn't been sent out yet. So we're gonna do it this month and next month.
Thank you.
Sure. All right, roll call.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Okay, that's approved. Do I hear a motion to approve the emergency clause?
So moved.
Got a motion by Mike. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Roll call.
Mike?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Erica?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
That was approved. So next item is an ordinance to amend the non-operating vehicles of Cave Springs Municipal Code and declaring an emergency. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading by title only?
I move to table this.
Okay, got a motion to table. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Chris. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right, that is tabled. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance to amend ordinance number 25-18, which is the Summerlin Village PZD, to allow zero lot lines. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules and place this on third and final reading?
So moved.
Got a motion by Erica. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Jeremy. Roll call.
Erica?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
That's approved.
If I don't write it down, I'll lose it.
No, I understand.
Ordinance number 2026-09, City of Cave Springs, Benton County, Arkansas, ordinance to amend ordinance number 2025-18 in order to amend the Summerlin Village PZD to allow zero lot lines for certain real property located at parcel number 05-10002-02 in the City of Cave Springs, Arkansas.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Got a motion by Jeremy. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Erica. Any discussion?
Yes. Just to reiterate, this property has already passed council. However, they found an error in the PZD and they're not able to sell them as individual units. That is why the zero lot line and it's coming back to us, correct?
Yes.
I just wanted that on the record, thank you.
Any further discussion? Roll call.
Erica?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Okay, that passed. And there is no emergency clause, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay?
At the work session, we had we're gonna hold that over that payment.
Yes.
Okay.
That's going to be the work session.
Okay, anyone else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Got a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, thank you all.